Tiago, Tiago. Hello, everybody. Hello. Okay, let me do a little bit introduction here. With me tonight, Edo. And this is already like so sad because you need to admit that I'm right on everything. He was wrong. Hi, Edo.
Hi, everybody.
Billo from Santa Barbara. How you doing, Billo?
Very good, guys.
And Pietro, president of JFC in Vancouver, from Vancouver, and super elegant and basically doing a break during work, right?
Yes, just taking a soccer break or a football break. There you
go. Okay, guys, so let's go right into that because we have a lot of things to talk and we have 45 minutes. So, hey, it's looking good. So I'm going to start asking you what you think about the game yesterday. So we won 3-0 against Verona. Of course, Verona wasn't the strongest opponent, but still they were coming from like a huge win against Napoli in the first game of Serie A. And I think the biggest credit I give you to the guys is like they made it look like easy what it could have been like a difficult game. So I'm gonna start with Edo. I'll ask you what the consideration about the game.
Well, as you said, it looked good, which is already something we shouldn't be taking for granted. I liked how mentally prepared we were because you had the big first game, everyone was happy. You could have approached the game maybe a little bit lightly, and going at Verona is never easy. I think in the press conference, Thiago Motta said that in the last 5 games we played there, we won just once, which tells you that even great Juventus team struggle there, or even good ones. So I give them credit for being taking it seriously, being very well prepared. And I think that what I liked the most was, once again, the feeling that I had the first week was we went there with a very clear idea of what the opponent was going to look like, and we prepared it over the week and we executed the plan, which something that, in the past years, most of the times I felt like, what are we doing during the week? Because we looked always sort of like surprised by things that the opponents were doing and never quite prepared to the point where we could execute things as we wanted to and get the results with it. Overall, just super happy. The ideas that Thiago Motta's been working on, you can see them. They keep growing. The players, no matter who they are, seem to be buying into these ideas. So no complaints for me at all. And I'm thinking, at the beginning, I was like, okay, the first 15, 20 minutes, like in the first week, they looked, I wouldn't say slow, but I think they were studying the opponent. And it's something probably, to me, now it's looking like it's prepared that way. It's not just, a coincidence. It's something that's built in the game plan. But other than that, honestly, I struggle to find someone who played under their standards, or someone who I can think of like, okay, they didn't play well. So no complaint from me.
Yeah, look, another thing that I think I would like to add, and we talked about last week. Last week we had like an average age for the starting 11 about 24.4 years. Okay, and it was really low because I was checking on Friday. I think next gen we're playing with a starting 11. The average age was like around 23.5, I think. And on Monday and yesterday we were like 24.1. So it's unbelievable. I think we are like 9 players born in the year 2000 and after. So unbelievable. Okay, Pillo, what do you think about the game? What's you see something, some pattern that's gonna repeat? You see anything new? What you?
No, definitely, we changed from the last game. I see like the idea, in particular from defense. I saw that Locatelli was going back quite a bit and covering part of the game was the same level he was with Bremer. And other area of the game, like when we score, he was all the way up. So he has a very important tactical role in our team to make decision and try to figure out the game, how it's going. Like what he was saying, it's kind of like we want to see tactically whether the team is going to perform to us and try to put us in a difficult spot, like what Verona did against Napoli on the right side for Verona, on the left side for us. And that was the key part of the game, basically. So you see what Cabal was going able to do. So Locatelli was there a little bit as a cushion to help in case we're going to do that struggle. And I love what we did on the goal for Savona. Recovering the ball, quick transition. Savona passed the ball to Cambiaso that is moving in the center position, leaving the space for Savona to go to the right. Cambiaso passed the ball down there to the left. And beautiful cross and we scored. So amazing things that I didn't see for a long time. The kind of like a counter so quick with so many players involved. I don't remember when I saw it from our side. So very, very beautiful thing to see. And we didn't basically allow any shoot until like basically minute 80 or stuff like that when there was one save from Di Gregorio. And it's been the first save in 2 games, basically. And even if it's not being very involved defensively, when he has to pass the ball 50 yards, he's pinpoint. I remember one pass in the second half, he passed to the right. I believe it was Cambiaso there. Perfect on his foot. So, amazing.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, and I think we saw the same video on YouTube actually. So I got a point to that.
Yeah.
So Pietro, you're just back to from Italy, okay? And we haven't talked in a while, okay? So let me know what you think about yesterday and the week before, because actually, we know that you are a great Juventus fan. We share the passion, we share everything, but it's really looking good. Even like today, I was talking with my dad. Even looking too good. So,
when I watched the last 2 games, compared to last year, I know we shouldn't do that. You guys are talking about technical stuff, so I won't add to that. You guys are all bang on. But I felt last year that the Juventus was playing with the handbrake on. They had the potential, but they were always hesitating. Where this year, man, they're playing so relaxed. So they lose the ball, no big deal. They go after it right away. I don't know if it's something that it's the coach. Most probably it's the coach. But mentally, psychologically, they are so much calmer and freer than last year. They're not afraid to make a mistake. They're not afraid to dribble. They're not afraid to pass right through, even if there is another defender. Like they're passing through 2 defenders, right? I don't know. This year is just the Juve that I remembered and I loved. So it's and I'm not an anti-Allegri. Yeah? It's just a different type of. We need a new blood, which we got, and it's showing right away. And it doesn't matter who's going. That's the thing. Whoever gets out and comes in plays the same way. It's like these guys have been playing together for years. So that's what I think. It's a great surprise. How's that? Because I was a little afraid that we were going to have a slow start when I saw those friendlies. I know friendlies don't mean anything, but it was pretty horrible. So, and we only had 13 guys.
Yeah, it makes us all worry those games for sure. Yeah.
Wow, look who's good tuning here from Brazil. Thiago, my friend. Couple minus day tomorrow. Yes. No, yeah, I agree, Pietro.
Number 8.
Okay. Let's move on. There is a different feeling, right? And we know there was a lot of work that needs to be done. Okay, and I didn't think that Giuntoli was going to able to do what actually accomplished. Okay, because today actually with the signing of Campana, I think everybody cannot be happier about this calciomercato window, but not just what. The player we get in, but about the player they got out. They were able to really. So and there is still work to do, okay? But there is this new feeling, and compared to last year, and I don't want to talk about it, but the feeling is, it looks like everybody is going in the same direction. While last year, they looked like there was like they were not like everybody focused on the same goal. I don't know why or because. I don't want to talk about that. It was a chapter that closed like in the middle of May with the Coppa Italia win, and let's move on and enjoy, because this is the time that we're gonna learn that we need to enjoy, and that's it. So let's cheer for Juventus, because we just won 2 games. We still have 36 games to go. Okay, there's still a lot of good work to next to meet it done. For sure, they're gonna be like a difficult time, tough time are gonna come. So not everything is gonna be easy. So with that said, yeah, actually, I agree with Andrew. It's been a long time since I was able to feel this much joy watching Juventus, and yeah, it looked like there is different vibes. I don't know if I can explain. Okay, so. But with that said, we need to talk a little bit about the transfer market session. Okay, so we still have like 3 days to go.
Yeah, sure.
And so last week we were talking about it, and we say, hey guys, personally, if we're able to sign Kalulu, Cove Miners, and Nico before the end of the transfer market session, for me is a 9. Okay, we were able to do that and signing even like Ciccio Conceição, because I call him Ciccio. Okay, and he has to be a 9. I don't think we can go lower than that. So I'm gonna ask you, what do you think about that? What do we think about what I think the Arthur and the Kiel situation is gonna be a little bit difficult. And I'm gonna ask you, you think we're still missing something, or what will you do? What will you add more if you could? So I'm going to start with Pietro right now. Let's in a different way.
Yeah, no problem. The transfer market, I will give it a 9 as well. Do we need something? We don't know how all these players are going to jive together, right? On paper, it looks really good. And we have a lot of doubles, which that's what Thiago wanted. And but we also have players that can play different positions, so they're very they're useful, whether they're gonna play on the left, on the right, they're gonna be a fullback or center half. I like that. I think I still think that we're gonna add one more player in my view before this ends on the 30th. I don't think in my lifetime I've seen this kind of transfer market, not just buying, but buying and selling. He did it totally different. He was right up front. I mean, everybody criticized him. These guys are out. These guys are in. Everybody was criticizing Giuntoli for saying that because he was devaluating the players. Who are you kidding? People know who's out and who's in, whether you say it or not. Come on, the managers know. They talk to each other all the time, okay? But I think they did it to show players that either you're with our project or you're not. And I think that, unfortunately, there were some players that, that are not part of the project that I really loved, and we'll talk about them later. But that's part of rejuvenating the team. And Giuntoli says, he said, if I win or lose, I want to do it my way. And I would have done the same. So he's taking a big risk, but I know he's doing the right job. I mean, you tell me another direttore that did what he did with Napoli, winning the Scudetto, the players that he brought in. Come on.
What are the player you're most excited to see?
You know what? I always thought about Cove Miners being one of them, but I don't know. I'm actually, to be honest, I'm excited now. Bangula is one of my favorite. The way he plays, it's just he just leaves it out there. That's the way he's running. He's assisting. He's doing it. You can see he's hungry. All of them are like that. I mean, all of them are playing that way. They're all sold in the system. They lose the ball, they go right after it. They don't cry. They don't flop on the field, on the pitch. They're just moving. Locatelli, come on, what a different player.
Actually,
Come on.
I was arguing with about Locatelli yesterday. But okay, so we have Donato here say that in his opinion we need another forward because Milik is still recovering. Okay, we have Felix joining from Central Florida. Felix, can't wait to have you here back again. And we have Thiago. I give like a 9.5 because we did everything we wanted. No, we did all that we were able to. Case and Kostic had to believe, expect Mac as well. But McKennie actually MVP after what he was chanting after the game yesterday, to me, in my opinion. Okay.
Berlusconi style.
Yeah, exactly. What is done?
With the forward, I'll just add to that. With the forward, I think because we have players that can play many positions, Ildiz, Nico, they can also play forward. If need to be, right? I mean, of course, you always want more and more and more, but I think we're fine. We might get one more forward. I don't know, but I think we're fine.
Billo, your opinion?
No, I like the depth we have right now. Like he was saying, I totally agree that Nico can play that position. Ildiz, for the physique he has the body to play as a striker if he wants. There's no problem with that. And most likely, Koopmeiners some games he's going to play there. So we have a lot of option, and that's the beauty of what we have right now. Young team with a lot of option for our coach to decide when you play versus the certain team what to put on the pitch. And also, like we always said, Thursday is going to be the draw for the Champions League. So Champions League is about to happen. So we're going to start to play every 3 days. So that's going to change quite a bit the way we're going to choose who's going to play or not. So, no, I think I'm happy with that. And Milik, I think he's a great striker to me. He has to be healthy.
He's bad.
Not being healthy, that's something you don't want in that position. But at the same time, he's somebody that to stay on the bench and stay quiet if you need to. So, But transfer market, I love what I saw. I'm very surprised. I was not thinking we're going to spend so much money, honestly. And most likely I went to say, hey, guys, this is my ATM card. Let's get what we need.
But we saved a lot of money. It's a lot of money for the...
Yeah. But that was the target. The target we had was that, cut the salary.
Yeah,
I think we went from 178 to 129.
Yeah, correct.
So we low, and I don't want to take it away from Edo. Edo is going to tell what the situation Rugani and Koopmeiners about salary. So it's up to him. Tell him.
I mean, to me, that's the greatest point because it's easy to just splurge, right? I'll just buy this guy, buy that guy, buy whatever, like do Chelsea style, where they just have 65 players on the roster, and it's like,
and they won't have Sancho.
Yeah, I'm like,
Osimhen.
I mean, everybody can spend money. I think we did it in a much smarter way, considering we cannot just sign people to crazy contracts and then you get stuck with them for the remaining part of the contracts because they don't work out. And that's the thing. Like I saw something today showing that the gross salary for Rugani for this year was going to be higher than what we're going to pay Koopmeiners, which is kind of like a low base salary, and that's fine. And he's taking some advantage from, I think, the Crédito Crescita, which is good, but gives you this idea of like, Rugani was essentially
Kalulu, Koopmeiners, and Nico. They're still like with the Crédito Crescita. They have no idea how to translate actually. So
I have no idea. Some sort of fiscal whatever.
Maybe Pietro knows, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that's the idea. Like Rugani was getting that amount of money for essentially warming the bench because he played here and there, and you're paying less for somebody who is arguably the kind of like the cornerstone of your transfer market, who's going to be hopefully finger crossed like a starter. So it gives you the idea of like not only you just brought in a ton of talent, You lowered the cost. You made it all more sustainable in the future. You got rid of many, not all the players that are sort of not in the project. As Pietro said, there are a few who are openly out of the project, who are still, Kostic looked like he was going to go to Fiorentina, and then all of a sudden the thing just fell apart. But they're working on it. The Chiesa thing, similar. He looked like he was pretty much set to go to Barcelona, and then the thing slowed down. Now we're talking about Liverpool. So that's the only final part. Honestly, there's rumor about getting Sancho, which is sort of like high risk, high reward kind of move to me.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't, if it happens, great. If it doesn't, it's not going to move the needle for me. The only missing part is really just getting rid of this 4, 5, 6 players that are still. De Sciglio's going to Empoli. They're working on some deals there. So yeah, but I wasn't expecting all this in just one transfer market session.
Unbelievable.
And it could be something that he was working, like Giuntoli was working with these guys for this transfer market, like people he trusted all along, people he's familiar with. And maybe if you look at it that way, it's not surprising to see such a good transfer market. But anyway, just remarkable.
Yeah, really good, perfect work, remarkable. I believe, and as you said, Sancho would be like the cherry on the cake. And it's high rewards at risk because there is the salary is super high. So we'll see what's gonna happen. We'll see about the player that we still need to offload. They look like the only one with no request at the moment is Arthur, but we knew that already. And actually, there will be an issue that we're gonna have at least for another year. Okay. Chiesa, at this point, guys, with what happened, I wouldn't mind to keep all the year on the stands and actually having him pay the tickets to watch a game. So I wouldn't mind actually being like, I loved Chiesa. Okay, I'm going back a little bit because I do want to ask you, would you think he was the best player yesterday? Okay, because in my opinion, and I was never like a huge fan of Bremer and Gatti, but I think Bremer and Gatti they were like solid, if not like a wall. Okay, yes, Verona, they didn't have a lot, but they look like really, really like a wall. Okay, I personally love Yildiz. The Yildiz we see in the last 2 games was something that I wasn't expecting an Yildiz of this caliber already at this point of the season. So I don't know what you think, and I want to ask you a quick round like that. Who was your MVP? Billo, go.
MVP has to be between Yildiz, Bangula, and Vlahovic, I think. Vlahovic scored 2.5 goals because the one without him going for the ball, I don't think it goes in. So
he was going or he missed it.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Okay.
Hard to say, but no, Yildiz is amazing. He's benefiting from what he did last year. I think having a year last year with put him on check to have some time being on the bench, sometimes not play many minutes. He want to show how much talent he has, and you can see that he's so good also to recovering the ball. That was one of the things I was more impressed about his game yesterday. So a couple of situations where he went back like 50 yards to recover the ball from behind to the center midfielder of Verona. So those are kind of things that makes the difference for the defense. So Gatti and Bremer can break because you have a number 10 like him that he goes all the way back and recovers the ball. So yeah, I go for Yildiz.
Pietro?
To me, Bremer, because I think at the beginning of the game, he had a couple of blocks that could have actually gone in. And that would have changed, I think, the whole aspect of the game. That's why and he's very solid back there. That's what I think. But to be honest, against Verona, to me, they were all MVPs. but we need to choose one. And I think he really, if he wasn't there for those two shots, we don't know if the ball would have gone in or not.
Yep.
But it would have been two great chances for Verona. One of them goes in, different ball game. Verona would have been back there for 90 minutes, and we would have to attack, right?
Correct. Edo?
Now you're gonna.
Should I mute you already? Come on. No. Don't say that name, please.
Please don't, leave. Just you don't close the podcast. I'm gonna say Manuel Locatelli. No, seriously.
He was my second choice.
I was very hard on him last year.
Look at what Mauri is saying right now.
Yeah.
No, well, both goals in the first half. Who's getting the ball back? Locatelli. Who's actually marking man on man Suslov for 90 minutes? Totally took him out of the game. Locatelli. He's everywhere. He's passing the ball, short range, mid range, long range. He's fine. But he's to me, like a new player in the transfer market. It doesn't look like that player
He has a lot
anymore.
to show, honestly. So, yeah.
I mean, but mentally, do you remember how many mistakes he was making last year? Easy ones. Just not there mentally. I don't remember,
But to be fair, I think one and we always say that, okay? But I think the issue that we have in the recent year, we didn't have quality, okay? So if you have a midfield with Locatelli, McKennie, Rabiot, plus Chiesa and Vlahovic, that are not two players that make you play better, okay? You have issue. When you have Locatelli, that actually, I'm not a fan of Locatelli, but he hustled the ball really well. Okay, you need to give to that. But around him, you're gonna have Fagioli, you're gonna have Ildiz. This Ildiz, or this year you have Cambiaso. You have players that cannot play soccer. They can play. They can play the ball. They can take care of the ball. Okay, it's a different play, but it's a different way of playing the game because you have.
Yeah, no, it's a totally different, Matteo. For the position he plays Locatelli, what you want to see is player around you, they want the ball. Right now, we are running around when we have space and giving the option. You have always a couple options.
Yeah, correct.
Left and right, you always have versus before, man. So we play a different game. So all the players are having a different approach, and probably is one of those that has more benefit by the new style because he doesn't play the same position. He's not the one who starts the transition. He's the one he recovers the ball and starts. It's different than what he was doing before. So yeah,
but look
play
at the
different way.
He played very different in the first week. His assignment was very different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And did great. This time had a different assignment, did great. So having a player with that kind of ability to just, play multiple positions, with a long season with whatever 60 games we're gonna play. I think it's a great asset to the team.
Yeah.
Right. That was what we were expecting for a player like
absolutely. So, that's no excuse for how we played the last couple of years. That's no excuse.
Yeah, but to be fair with that, he has different player around him, and he's showing that. And attaching to the Locatelli team, do you guys think we have an issue with Douglas Luiz? Because I don't. I think he's just probably still not ready. And when he came in last week, yesterday, it was kind of like see Vucinic the way he was playing, because he was playing with the flip flop. But I don't see him as a player. I think just he's still getting used to everything, to the different rhythm, the different styling, coaching style, and. Or you guys think there is an issue with it?
I don't think there's an issue. I think he's not in game shape. But there is no issue. If you notice when he came in against Verona, he tried to overdo it, right? He's just trying to show the coach that he's ready. But the good thing about Thiago Motta, he sees the players during the week. And he doesn't care whether you're 16 years old or you're 30 years old. If you give it 100%, you're going in. It doesn't matter what. And I don't think Luiz is ready right now. He's just not. And his style of plays, he's already a slow player. He's a very good player. He's a incredible player, technical, but he's a pretty slow player. So he needs to get in shape. He has to be a top shape to play with this kind of Juventus. I mean, this kind of Juventus is 1-2 touch. It's really fast. Anyways, that's my two thoughts. No issues. Let's not try to start issues.
No,
there's no issues. It's just he'll have his chance. And we get like I don't remember if it was Edo or Bilo that said we're gonna have so many games. No, Bilo says Thursdays is gonna be the draw. We're gonna have so many games. We're gonna need everybody. And some teams you play different than other teams. That's what Thiago Motta is gonna do. He's gonna play different formations depending on who we play. It's not gonna be the 3-5-2 all the time. With Ildiz in or Chiesa in. They're two totally different players, but they never played together. Like it's just anyways.
There was a great question they have on Thiago Motta, and they show how much journalists know the game. They say I don't remember it was the post game or the pre-game. They were asking Thiago Motta, hey, you knowing that you are a super offensive coach and the thing that you never Thiago Motta is anything. Thiago Motta is defensive coach.
Defensive coach.
Last year with Bologna, he got like after Inter and Juve, I think he was the third best defense. So that shows like how much like some journalists follow this is a warning from Rino over here. Okay, so Bilo, your turn about
on Luis. It's different, guys. You play soccer at any level. You enter in a game and you win it 3-0, and what are you doing?
Of course, yeah.
So you're there to control the ball. What do you want to show? You want to show that there's different quality than other players, and I can see that technically. We only hope that it was slow passing the ball because it was the kind of situation in the game where I kind of control the rhythm and make everybody slow down. For sure, in this game, Motta didn't want to have the kind of player inside. He want to have the ball going around super fast. So I think I'm discovering Luis right now. I didn't follow him in the Premier League. So I'm pretty sure that he's going to find a way to make it play because technically he's amazing. When I see like he does no problem to receive the ball with the pressure to opponent. And he always turn the opposite direction where the opponent is. He knows where is the opponent. He has a great control. So I think it's going to be a good one, guys. It's going to be a good one.
Agree.
I don't have an issue, but I can't say I'm impressed from a mental point of view about his last two. De Mauri. So yeah, like yesterday, as you said, he was looking like Mirko Vucinic back in the days, like playing with slippers. But to me, like we've seen a few youngins coming in from the next gen, like what's his name, Angele.
Yeah,
he came in like didn't drop a single ball,
and he never impressed me with the next gen. And believe me, I see Mangele many times with the next gen. He never tell me anything.
Mentally, he looked way more in the game. No matter if it was like 3-0 or whatever, last 10 minutes of the game, there's nothing going on. He looked way more tuned in.
It's a different,
right? But it's the only small critic that I can sort of think about for yesterday's performance, because of course the mind and the body go together, right? If the body's slow, the mind maybe it's slow again. But just a little too casual. Kind of grew a little bit in the short section he played, but let's see. He's gonna have to, if he wants to play, he's gonna have to play better, because I don't think Motta is afraid of just benching him.
Correct.
Edo, I agree with you though, but would you think that he would have played the same way if it was a 0-0 or a 1-0 game when he would have come in? Right? I think on a 3-0, he knew this is just,
getting out.
Yeah, just I think you're right, and Matteo's right too, but also it's 15 minutes left, 20 minutes left, 3-0 game. He can show off a little bit. I think that's not. I'm not defending him, but I'm just saying it would have been I think Thiago Motta would have pulled him out after 2 minutes if he started doing that on a 1-0 game. That I can assure.
So, guys, before going back, talking about the game we're gonna have on Sunday, okay, I guess Roma, and I guess what basically our second next gen team after Fiorentina, because we're sending all the players over there, okay. And I think we do the prediction, because I had the prediction for last week, and we're gonna talk about that. We need to. I think we need to say thank you to Tech, because Tech announced today that he is retiring from professional soccer. Okay, I think he is more gobbo than a lot of Juventini. Okay, the Juventus fan. Okay, he is something that you can tell about Tech. He was a good player, wasn't the best goal, no, but he came after Buffon. Actually, he didn't feel like there was like a hole in the goal. I think it was more than a really good goalie. Okay, yeah, there was an issue with his wages and everything, and was something I love the man. And we see him like here when he was like on with the summer tour. I see him in Torino. I think he was always a nice player and a positive guy. So I don't know if anybody want to share any words, and then we're gonna talk about Roma.
Tech to me. I spoke to a few people that I know that are professional goalies, and Tech is very underrated for what he did for Juve. Being the next goalie after Buffon is not an easy thing for anybody. Okay, and I think he handled it well. I mean, he came from Roma, that he was the first goalie, and he was a second fiddle to Buffon. He did it beautifully. Never said anything out of place. When I was there in Torino this summer, I didn't know this, but the captain and Tech have two special seats in the dressing room. And it's Tech and the captain, because he was the most respected non-captain in the locker room. That shows a lot. He's never a very talkative person. Everybody was complaining that, Perin is better because he talks when during the game, and he doesn't. To me, Tech is a different level than the rest of the two. I think he's better than the goalie that we have right now, except with the feet. Yeah. But he's a true Juventino. The way he left and the way he retired. He could have gone and made millions in Middle East or Saudi Arabia. He chose family. He said, all the money that I made today, that will never be able to spend it. Why would I need more money? Anyways, that's all I got to say.
No, I always like him. He's a positive guy, and he's the kind of guy you want in the locker. And he had experience, and he was a gentleman in the way he left. So I just have to tip my hat to Tech, and thank you for what you did. Thank you.
Yeah. Honestly, very smart man. Like, you can see the way he talks, the way I can't remember one single post-game interview when it was like, saying something out the lines. I mean, he was always saying something mindful, very meaningful, and it takes a lot to quit the way he decided to quit. When you're a professional player, it's hard to quit, and he did it with grace. He did it in a very profound way, and I mean, he didn't. He made a deal with Juve because I think both sides knew this was coming. So nothing but respect for him. Great player, better person.
I haven't seen that, Mauri, and I know he's out there. I haven't seen this yet, actually. So, but hey, to close it, and turn the page, I would like to say that because I'm like to steer the water. Okay, I would have allowed another goalie to do what Tech did today. So I'm not gonna leave it like that. But I decided to end the things in a different way. Okay. But okay.
I have one question very quickly.
Go ahead.
So far, guys, which one was your favorite goal we scored? In the 6 goals we scored, one was the penalty. Okay. The other 5 goals, which one is been your favorite goal?
I told you Savona today because I'm a Savona guy. I was on the Savona bandwagon since like
No, the build-up was
forever,
great. Yeah,
and the build-up was great. So
I liked the Vlahovic goal. It wasn't easy to stop that ball between three players and shoot. It wasn't a beautiful goal, but if you're a striker, you know that that's a very, very, very difficult goal.
It reminded me a bit. I think Higuain scored one similar to that in Napoli, right?
Napoli, that's what I was thinking.
The first touch maybe wasn't perfect, but
he made it up. Yeah,
with like three guys on him, like no. I like the Savona one for the whole thing. You know, getting the ball back quickly. That Cambiaso touch.
Yeah,
honestly, that was something else. And then, you know, one thing that I loved about that goal is that if you look at Savona, first of all, he's running like 60 yards, full sprint. But then he's smart enough. He's like 21, like playing his first game in Serie A, or like first starting game in Serie A. When he sees Vlahovic that it's taking sort of like the near post, he's actually cutting back and taking the far post. It's like a small thing, but he's not a striker. He's sort of like a right back.
Yeah.
And he played with the mind of a striker, and that's what I liked about it.
But I have to add though, if Vlahovic, let's say he didn't touch the ball, which is fine. Let's call it like that. If Vlahovic was not there, that ball wasn't going in.
No, probably
Yeah.
Okay, so
the defender was going to get it.
Yeah. So it's again, forwards know what they're doing, right? And he was smart enough to give it to Savona because he deserves it. And even if he did touch it, it didn't.
Which I think he did.
Yeah, but you know what? Just give it to the kid. Vlahovic is going to score many more goals.
If Giulio was here, he would tell you that Vlahovic missed a goal.
No.
And he's right, Mauri. Yeah, the first time the Montagues has been solid. Yeah, and then I agree with what Ashish was saying about Tech. He always did was ask, and at the end he put the club above his contract. He's definitely right over here. So guys, look. Last part of this conversation, we have to talk. We're gonna play on Sunday. Finally on Sunday, okay, against Roma, 11:45. Pacific time and even Vancouver time. First meetup for first watch party for JFC Hollywood. I don't know about you guys in Vancouver if you're gonna meet. So excited! We're gonna meet. We're gonna say a lot of bad words together. So I'm gonna miss Billo for sure, but I know Edo is gonna help me. And so we're gonna play against Roma. Roma that's coming to Torino with only 1 point because they tied against Cagliari and they lost at home against Empoli last week. Actually, they could have tied because I think Dybala hit the post like the last second game or something like that. Okay, I don't think they can afford to lose another game. Okay, it's a kind of similar situation we have like in 20 years ago when the first Juve with the Buffon with Nedved. I think we have 6 points. Roma was coming like as a Campione d'Italia to Torino. They have like a 0 point, I think, at that point. And actually, they won 2-0 the game. So knocking on wood with that. So I know Roma is going to miss Lafesse. There's a midfielder that start for them in the middle in the first 2 games. I haven't heard about any idea move they're gonna have like in the last couple of days, so I don't know about that. I haven't followed Roma that well, honestly. So I just know they got Sule from us. Talking about last week, we have like a Billo, Giulio, and Felix with a 1-2. So they kind of were close. Mauro predicted that Juventus winning 1-0. I predicted 3-2. That actually was totally insane. Okay, but the only one wrong was Edo because Edo had like 1-1. Okay, he's gonna go in the book.
I said I like to be the pessimist one and then be surprised.
Yeah, that's not an excuse, Edo. You are wrong. You are wrong. Okay. So, guys, I wanted your prediction for the game and what to expect for the game, because after that we're gonna have a nice international break. It's something that we are so we were missing so much, right? Because we need to have a useless international game. Okay. Who want to start? Billo, because you need to leave like in 2 minutes.
Yeah. So I'm gonna spot. For sure, we're gonna see a different style, because Roma is gonna come here like ready to battle, because it's already important for them to win. When you start the season with 1 point, you have the pressure on, and so we have to be ready. We have to be ready. And now with the De Rossi, Roma style is much more similar to like what Motta does. So it's going to be a good matchup. I like always to see the ex-players they play for us, play against us. So Dybala, Sule, and Paredes. Let's see what they're going to do.
Have you seen Paredes, what he did last week?
Yeah. I saw him doing that for you many times, so that doesn't surprise me. But no, I think it's 2-0 too. Yeah,
2-0.
I think it's 2-0, and
so we have Jeremy with a 2-1, Billy with a 2-0, Mauro
and
with a 2-0 too. Okay, actually.
And I want to say bye, guys, and I gotta go to the physiotherapist. So
bye, Billy. Billo, I mean.
Ciao, Billo.
Ciao, guys.
Nice seeing
you. Ciao. Bye.
Edo, come on. I want to see your pessimistic preview.
No, well, you want me to be wrong again? I can be wrong again. Like, no, I'll go with 2-0 as well, because I think like Motta smells blood in the water. It's not like
Abraham.
It's not scared.
3-0.
Ooh, 3-0.
And what you expect for the game? So actually, another win. Maybe like we're gonna have a. De Rossi is gonna be like in trouble.
Yeah.
Roma is a crazy place. They have all these radio shows where they spend 24 hours a day, either, asking for somebody to get fired or asking for crazy transfer moves that never gonna happen. So yeah. I mean, and then if Milan fails as well, like what?
But actually, it's gonna be like an interesting week game. On Friday, we're gonna have Inter Atalanta, so we're gonna have like the third and the fourth best team in Lombardia playing against each other. On Saturday, we have Lazio Milan, and on Sunday there is Juve Roma. And on Friday we have Fiorentina Venezia. Sorry, we have like Venezia playing against Cagliari, if I'm not mistaken. So we need to put some point. Pietro, what do you think about the game?
So Quadrado is playing with the X team against the X team. You said Inter Atalanta.
Who?
Juan Quadrado.
Who?
He's playing with the X team. He's an Inter.
I don't remember any player with the name. So
Matteo, I never do predictions, but I don't like Roma this year. They're not a team. I'm actually very worried for because I do like the coach. I think De Rossi is a great guy. He's a great player. He's a good coach, but I think they put together a mismatched team. It's I don't know. There's so many holes. I mean, Sule, he's a great player, but he plays for himself, just like Chiesa. Doesn't play for the team. I don't know. Probably they're going to be playing hard against Juve. It'll be closer than what maybe they played against other teams. I can't see Juve not winning at home against Roma. I'll give you a prediction because you won one, but I hate doing predictions. I think it's going to be a 2-0 for sure.
Another 2-0. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so my prediction is a 3-1. Valanga di goal another time. Okay.
I love that.
So we you remember the Pendolino, so
yep.
And yeah, exactly, correct. So I hope Mangula scoring gonna go to Mancini to celebrate the goal. That would be like.
Bangula, yeah, I like that. Bangula, that's a good name.
So yeah, actually, I'm excited. Let me romantic over here because I'm gonna watch a game not by myself, okay? And so I'm gonna watch a game with friends and family, okay? So if you're like, where we're gonna meet, and I know there's gonna be a lot of fun. There's gonna be a lot of hopefully beers, a lot of celebration, a lot of bad words eventually. but that like make us feel like home, right? Right, Edo?
Yeah, that's
So-
I missed it. I missed it a lot.
So where are you guys watching it?
There is like a bar in it's called Island Park. It's like close to Pasadena, so we meet over there. So it's a nice environment. They have there is like actually most probably they're gonna have like some Roma fans over there too. So they meet over there too. So it would be interesting to see watch the game with them. Actually, last year I was insulting Mancini so bad. I think one of them yelled back to me and. I said, well, come on, I just saying the truth. Come on, what I said wrong. So, and
should we do a public reminder for anybody who's listening? Where are we meeting? What time?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea for you guys.
well, 11:40. Well, I'm gonna be there. Around 11:15.
You didn't
The York
even
at
give the
Island
York.
Park. Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, Mauro. To answer your question, I hope at least on the bench.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna play, especially Copa, because
No, Copa is not.
minors. I would love to see me on the bench, but on the stadium for sure. I think Conceição Gonzalez, I hope that they're gonna fit at least for 10-15 minutes. It would be nice to see them.
Because Weah is not coming back. So
Where is not coming back. Thuram is not coming back. Actually, okay, good. Abraham, I knew that, so thank you for confirming that. And there were rumors that Adzic may come back, but even we haven't seen him that much, so we'll see.
Yep.
And we'll see, guys. Hey, guys, thank you so much. It was fun. Pietro, you're always more than welcome here.
Thank you. I know that. I feel like I don't.
Yeah, well, look, this is what we have. We want to have a beer or something and talk for like 50 minutes about you. And then most probably I have my boss coming home right now, so I need to go cook.
Yes.
So
come on.
Donato, you need to come down once, at least a couple of times, once to watch a game with us.
Donato,
Please.
we're waiting for you.
Yeah, exactly.
We had actually the last two games, even though it was on a Monday, I wasn't there because I was working, but a few of the guys met at the bar and they watched it in downtown, in the downtown district, in the business district. And
Nice.
on Sunday, I think there's going to be opening at the Italian Center, so hopefully we're going to do it there. Otherwise, we're probably going to go downtown again. So we'll see.
Yeah, LA has some issue with traffic and been
Really? What?
Yeah, there is traffic in LA eventually. That's what they said. But I would say, hey guys, fino alla fine, Forza Juve, let's be together, let's cheer and support the Juve. No negative talk, okay? At the end of the day, it's soccer, okay? And yes, and that's it. Guys, was fun. Thank you.
It was fun.
See you
ya.
guys. We'll see you next week.